Good morning. Lambton County Committee meeting of September 17th. Call this meeting to order and ask any member of council to declare pecuniary interest where it may arise now or during the meeting. Councillor Loosley, please.
Thank you, Ward Merritt. I do have a conflict on 4BA, informative reports for the EMS operational update, due to the fact that my son works part-time for the EMS.
Thank you. Any others?
7, bracket A, bracket B, under Corporate Services.
Okay, thank you. Any others? Seeing none, we move on to item number 3, Infrastructure and Development Services Division. We have 2 correspondents there to receive and file unless there's questions. Moved by Councillor Bushi, seconded by Councillor Hand. Any discussion? All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. And we have 2 information reports. The first one is regarding the second quarter building, plumbing, and septic. Look for a motion to receive and file. Councillor Case and Councillor Cook seconds. All in favor? It's carried. The second one is regarding the work in progress, stats, and approval authority activity. Councillor Miller moves and Councillor Veen seconds to receive and file. All in favor? That'd be carried. And reports requiring a motion. One regarding the Petrolia Public Works Depot and site improvements. Councillor Loosley moves the recommendation, seconded by Councillor Ferguson. Discussion. Councillor Atkinson, please.
Thank you, Ward. Just a quick question on that one. I know we found some surprises there when they were doing some excavating. Are we confirmed that everything is okay now as we move forward, or are there other surprises that we may come across?
I'd look to Mr. Cole, please.
Through you, Warden. That, in fact, Councillor Atkinson, is exactly what this stage is intended to do. Is we're doing further investigation to determine the limits of where that material is on the site, make sure that we're doing our due diligence as responsible owners for that site, and figuring out the next steps. So that's what that money will be put towards.
Thank you, Mr. Cole. I appreciate that.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion? Opposed, if any? That's carried. Any other business for infrastructure and development? Seeing none, we move on to number 4, Public Health Services Division. We have 1 correspondence to receive and file. Moved by Councillor Veen, seconded by Councillor Bushi. All in favor? That's carried. And item 4B, we have 1 information report regarding the EMS operational update, quarter 1 and 2. Unless there's questions, I'll look for a motion to receive and file. Councillor Sageman and Councillor Miller seconds. All in favor? That's carried. Any other business for public health services? Seeing none, we move on to number 5, Cultural Services Division. Just 1 information report. Sorry, we'll take these one at a time. First one regarding the libraries, second quarter. Motion to receive and file that. Councillor Ferguson and Councillor Hand. All in favor? It's carried. And 5B, information report regarding the museums, gallery, and archives, second quarter stats. Move to receive and file. Councillor Veen and Councillor Cook, seconds. All in favor? That's carried. And 5C, information report regarding the update on the consolidation of Port Lambton and Sombre libraries. Motion to receive and file. Councillor Case and Councillor Broad seconds. All in favor? That's carried. And that brings us to 5B, reports requiring a motion. The report regarding libraries donations from April 1 to June 30th. Move to the recommendation, Councillor Broad, seconded by Councillor Cook. All in favor? That's carried. And 5B, report regarding museums, gallery, and archives collection management, May, June, and July. Motion to approve the recommendation, Councillor Sageman and Councillor Ferguson. All in favor? That's carried. Any other business for cultural services? Seeing none, moving on to number 6, long-term care division. One information report regarding the long-term care occupancy from January to June of this year. Motion to receive and file. Councillor White and Councillor Hand. All in favor? That's carried. Any other business for long-term care division? Seeing none, move on to number 7, Corporate Services Division. There's correspondence to receive and file. We'll do these one at a time. The first one is from the Acting City Clerk of St. Catharines. Motion to receive and file this one. Councillor Bradley?
I would move, Mr. Warden, that we endorse this
Okay.
resolution.
Thank you. The seconder for that? Councillor Hand. Discussion on that? All in favor? Opposed, if any? That's carried. 7B, a letter from Joanne Sanderson, Chair of Lambton Agricultural Hall of Fame, asking County Council to appoint one representative to the Board of Directors for the Lambton Agricultural Hall of Fame for the 2025-2026 fiscal year. Councillor Hand. That's okay. Would you like to make a motion to that?
Yes, I'd like to put forward Dave Ferguson's name.
Okay. Do we have a seconded by Councillor Cook? Any discussion? All in favor? That'd be carried. And 7AC, a letter from Tracy Rodriguez, Deputy County Clerk, Norfolk County, that supports the Township of Otonawanda, South Monaghan regarding Bill C2. How would you like to deal with this? Receive and file. Councillor Veen, seconded by Councillor Atkinson. All in favor? Opposed, if any? That's carried. And 7AD, letter from Jeff Smith, Municipal Clerk, Township of Woolwich, that requests that the province of Ontario continue to study the impacts of the strong marriage legislation. Councillor Bradley, move to receive.
I would move we endorse this too. This is a work in progress. And those of us that have been granted these powers are still trying to understand the powers and the system. And for the new people coming on, there's some on this meeting. I think it'd be important just to monitor the upsides and the downsides of these powers. So I think we should endorse it.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Loosley. Any discussion? All in favor? That's carried. Any other business for corporate services this morning? Seeing none, we move on to number 8, Finance, Facilities, and Acquisitions Division. We have one report requiring a motion. Report regarding the new capital grant requests. Councillor Broad moves the recommendation. Councillor Loosley seconds.
Oh, I'd like to speak to this.
Yeah.
I won't second that.
We have a seconder, Councillor White. Go ahead, Councillor Loosley.
Thank you, Warden Marriott. I have a hard time approving this only because the last few years we've stopped the public from coming to approach the county council I feel we're elected to be open, to give the impression to everyone that we have an open door policy and that we should at least allow the individuals to come and request it. We don't have to approve it or give them anything, but I feel we should have an open door policy, and I can't support this. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments on the motion? Councillor Bradley.
Yeah, I agree with Mayor Loosley, and we've had this discussion. I know where the vote's going to go, I mean, from past experience, but I still think the right to come is an important right if they meet the criteria, and then we make the judgment. But so I can't support the motion either.
Any other questions or comments? Councillor Broad, please.
Thanks, Warden Myriad. I just find this unusual that we allow people to come and then we're not going to give them any money. That's wasting their time, that's wasting our time, and that makes no sense. I think everybody sitting around this table knows next year that's coming up is going to be very difficult fiscally. So why are we asking people to come when we're not going to give them the money or no attempt to give them the money? Makes no sense. I think this motion should stand the way it is. I have no problem with supporting it. It just makes sense. I don't think anybody here on their own council allows people to come in and ask for money freely. I don't think there's anybody here that does that. So I'm going to stick with my motion of supporting it, and I think that's the way we should be doing it. Thank you.
Okay. Councillor Loosley.
Yeah, there's, first of all, we do allow people to do that within a certain time period. They can either send something in or address council. I just want to give the impression to the public that we are open. We run an open operation, not a closed door policy. And we're not going to necessarily, we don't have to turn everybody down. Maybe we want to approve some. But I hear this story every year. And every year it's difficult. There's always issues. But I would like to keep this open. Thank you.
If there's no other comments, I'll call the question. Councillor Loosley.
I'm going to request a recorded vote, please.
Okay, I don't accept recorded votes in committee. So I'll call the question. All in favor? Opposed, if any? 1, 2, 3, 4. Motion passes. Is there any other business for finance, facilities, and acquisitions this morning? Seeing none, move on to number 9, Social Services Division. We have 2 information reports here. If there's no questions, I'll look for a motion to receive and file those 2. Councillor McRoberts, you have a... So...
Thank you, Chair. I do have one question. There is a mention of the payments that we make for arrears, that the county will come forward and pay arrears for those that are unable to pay their rent every month. I'm just curious because it says we do try to search, the staff tries to search for compensation for that through the government, I'm sure. Can anyone tell me on average how much we recoup from the money that we do catch up with landlords for the arrears? Or are we usually sitting on that whole amount ourselves? Thank you.
Ask Ms. Fitzpatrick, please.
Through you, Warden, to Councillor McRoberts. I will call on Melissa Johnson to speak to the amount of recovery of the arrears. However, I can share that there are a number of avenues or a number of resources available in our community, including through our own Ontario Works program, where our clients can apply for emergency assistance to assist with any arrears to prevent eviction or homelessness. But I'll certainly ask Melissa to give you a better sense of where we're at with recovering any of those arrears. Thank you.
Ms. Johnson, please.
Thank you. Through you, Warden. So the amount of arrears reported in that report is the current county-owned units, so not private landlords or out in the community. So that's the amount of arrears that our tenants owe us, and our community support workers do make all means to collect those funds, whether it's through Ontario Works or ODSP through their shelter allowance, or through rent banks or other avenues possible. I don't have the exact percentage of those arrears in terms of how much is collected through other measures, but I can get that for a future report if you're interested.
Okay, so Councillor Veen?
Thank you, Warden. Quick question. Here you show the average number of eviction preventions, right? How many people are actually evicted? Is there a number for that each month or a year? Or I'm just curious on that fact.
Ms. Fitzpatrick, please.
Through you, Warden, to Councillor Bean. Again, we could get back to you with the number of evictions specifically. I do know that through our housing services community support worker team, that we keep evictions pretty low. We try to do everything we can to preserve tenancies and avoid adding to homelessness and evictions, but certainly we can get a percentage for you if that works.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Look for a motion to receive and file. Councillor Bean and Councillor Hand, all in favor? That's carried. Is there any other business for social services this morning? Seeing none, item number 10, we have no in-camera items. And I see no announcements, so I'd look for a motion to adjourn. Councillor Bean and Councillor Miller, all in favor? It's carried.